مساء الخير يا ولاد، عاملين ايه؟ بلغ انا كنتوا بخير. وأحب أقول لكم إن الامتحان هيبقى إن شاء الله يوم 9 يناير، الموافق يوم السبت. طبعا احنا أرسلنا الجداول لكم على حسب كل مادة، ولكن هيختلف جدول المادة الحالية بتاعتكم مع باقي المواد. طبعا الجدول وصل لكم على الجروب، ولكن ده للاستعلام لو في أي تعارض بنبلغه وقت فيه، وهي هتنسق على التعارض ده. أحب أفكركم بميعاد الأسايمنت بتسلم ليه الأستاذة رنا، وده لحل التمارين والأعمال دي موجودة في الكتاب، ويرجى تسليمها على أسرع وقت. طبعا نتيجة الميتنج موجودة، وممكن إنكم تستعلموا عنها في أي وقت من الكلية. أنا موجود طبعا هذه المحاضرة ديت، وإن شاء الله موجود يوم الأربعاء لأي استعلام أو أي نوع من أنواع التوضيح والإيضاح لأي حاجة أنتم مش فاهمينها. طيب، نشوف النهاردة هنبدأ مع بعض موضوع جديد، وده بيسمى موضوع Element of Marketing Plan. These elements of marketing plan, it's related to the financial sector and the financial or marketing financial institution, or in managing financial banks. Let us start with the changes in the external environment. So these changes in the external environment can affect the durability of the potential strategic bank, and this was because of the changes in its relative position in the market. These changes can be delineated and be pointed out and follow the acronym of the external environment in front of us, LEBESTCO. This acronym are standing for the external factors: L, E, legal, and P, political, E, economic, C, S, social, T, technological, and competition. Let us follow the next slide and explain each of which what all these are standing for. Here, for the legal one of the legal component, the first item of the acronym standing for the bank regulation and laws. All these banking regulation and law allow for exchanging and reciprocity between the internal and the external environment. Are there any other regulation affected by the headquarters to bank regulations? Are there any taxation laws embed or enhance the transaction and the service that banks are that clients of the bank aim to gain or to obtain? Are there any limits or shackles or barriers in terms of foreign exchange control? For instance, if a customer or client wants to change the money they have in their account from the Egyptian pound to the euro or the sterling currency, are there any barrier or regulations? The second component is the political, and it's referred to the attitude of the government towards the local banks and the attitude of the government towards foreign bank and the non-bank financial institution. For instance, Nowadays, if we look at the governmental bank in Egypt, we will find that the government allow only the governmental bank, Cairo Bank, or Alexandria Bank, and Al Ali Bank, the privilege to give 15% benefits or current rate for the bonds and the saving account and some long-term hold of the money in the bank. But on the other hand, the foreign banks cannot give that much to their client. As such, they were and they are really suffering because many, or not many, but some frugal customers are tending to shift from the multinational enterprise institution or multinational banks to the governmental bank for the sake of taking the high rate of the benefits from the governmental banks. The third is economic condition. It's regarding the first component or the first subtitle of the economic conditions. It's related to the industry structure, about the hierarchy or the horizontal sector. For the agriculture sector, the trade sector, the industrial sector, and about how these sectors are arranged and rearranged in terms of priority in the bank. And the second is the GDP, or the gross domestic product for the bank per capita. The national rate of inflation, are there any inflation or money supply from other bank to the national bank? The foreign exchange rate, between the volatility of the exchange rate in the country, the interest rate and the employment level. All these external factors affect the bank strategy and the management of marketing and financial service institutions. As the social and the demographics, these are illustrated in the photo in front of us. For instance, if you are living in a country where the majority of its inhabitants are gears or are baby boomers, are over aged, so this will affect about you. You cannot give these people high rate for long holdings of money in saving account or etc. because they are not looking for the future through the same lens of the new generation, because this is the way they are. We have here, we have in the world, many countries are suffering of all the age people among its inhabitants. For instance, Greece, the majority of its inhabitants or its citizens are baby boomers or over 70s. As such, they need some kind of segment or some kind of package rates, if you like, for their saving and their current account. The second is the population size. For instance, here in Egypt, we have like over 100 million citizens and inhabitants in Egypt, while in the United Kingdom they have like 65 million as well. But you can see the difference and the population size, etc. Age distributions, it's another component. This economic distribution is a gap between the high class and the lower class. The demographic population distribution, how they have been segmented in the country itself, the education skills and distribution in terms of employment and job occupation, the trend in lifestyle, either people are living like lavishly life, or they spend, or just they are so frugal to hold their money in the bank without spending the money. Public opinion and that the two-star financial service helps you perceive the financial service are they according or by with benefits or against. It's the way it is because, for instance, if we consider banks in the South America, in Brazil, in Peru, in Argentina, people perceive the financial service or the financial service institutions are weak and naive and fragile because they have experienced many glitches and many bankruptcy from the banks in terms of and lose their money because the majority of the bank won't out bankruptcy and they declare bankruptcy or people lose their money. As such, they perceive the financial service institution as nonsense. A trend in the banking views how they are commercialized in the society. The following is the technology component. And the second of the following is technology. The development in the integrated technology also affects the external environment. Whether the bank or institutional uh, financial service operating in a well-developed and technological arena, this will of course affect banks. Uh, it is against the norm or against as if you are operating in a digital divide country like China, where only 20% of the whole population are on the operation of technological devices, whereas 80% of only Beijing, whereas the rest of China, roughly 80% are still living in the digital divide without any wireless activities or wireless devices or internet or mobile phone, etc. Therefore, the level of technology where any financial institution operating really count in enhancing component as an external environment. Levels of investment required and customer future new technology. Yeah, of course. If you are operating in full youth population and young generation and teens, those people were, of course, prepared to utilize what technological devices are available in terms of ACD aids or mobile aids to achieve their multi-transaction or bank account statements, etc. So their mobile. As such, technology factor are really count as a component of the external environment, external factor that affects the growth of bank structures. Um, Again, how we put the market style and consolidating with or within the banks. Here in front of us we can see as the competitor analysis and the subtitle points are illustrating that this is the control factor. Listen, the market share in terms of the volatility and the price of the market share it is high or low. The financial position where the bank has its own assets or borrowing money from the external stock market or the IMF or the International Monetary Fund. Again, the image, service quality and the standard and performance. For instance, here we have like differences in terms of service of banks that are operating in Egypt. For instance, service in older bank is different from service ones can get in the HSBC, etc. Technology, ability to attract qualified personnel, training more, etc. But let us see here how or what is the main component of a sound or a perfect marketing plan should also consider the impact of internal factors. The previous 7 factors are related to the external environment that forces that are affecting the growth strategies of the financial service institutions. Here we can look at the 4 points or the ABCD points in front of us. First, employees, second or P, premises, C or third are systems, and fourth would be the financial sources needed to back the plan. Let's examine each of which, as we can see and illustrated in the slide in front of us. In terms of the first component, employees, we can put some function here to verify does the bank have adequate qualified employees to handle the marketing campaign in terms of attracting or promoting its service. Are employees fully aware of the marketing plan and their in terms of their responsibilities? In the event of such employee, will they be recruited from the bank competitors and hire from the counterparts? Who will be responsible for overall coordinations? Will they be rated or compensated in terms of motivations and incentives on their performance? Premises where will the market campaign executed head office or branch level, or they are just online banking? Are the candidates visible, adequate to promote the marketing campaign, spacious for the bank size, not small and tiny, so people can hurrying and just standing in queues and waiting in front and inside the bank, etc. and so on as well. How are the premises style, furnished, and installed or setting up some ATMs inside and outside? Representatives of the bank are standing, welcoming people and providing aids where it's available. Are the premises comparable with the bank competitors in the competition or the environmental standard or not? In terms of system, are the present system adequate? Are system users friendly or aggressive for the health bank, as we said previously? Can system replicate the bank competitors or its competent system or not? Can system be tampered with? Is there a contingency plan in the system to break down, not just in bulk in terms of guidance, situation, and some guidelines you can get through your email or bank announcement, or someone can give you like some kind of consultancy in your bank that are invested in the bank, etc. The last and the fourth one is the financial resources. Well, is there a specific budget allocation for the market? Who will be responsible to manage this budget? Does the budget range much? Marketing campaign period? Is the market campaign cost about when service cost? All these and each of which are the internal factors that affect the growth of the strategies of the marketing financial service or marketing banks or institution or whatever you want to entitle. Here we reach the end of our lecture today. Listen carefully and go through the lecture in your free time. We will be you have tomorrow to consider the difficulties that you might or you may face in the lecture, and I will be in the uni on Wednesday from 9 to 3 o'clock, welcoming you and ready to explain whatever issues that may arise. Thank you for all and good luck. See you later.